1/4-inch tubes that come into the top of the blender, and then they connect into a big circular metal tube with a bunch of holes in it, so that way it can properly be dispersed. Now, the original system is just a large pump. They're pumping up. They do not have any form of metering except their liquid measurements, and that's it, but nothing to monitor how much gallons per minute or ounces per minute they're actually getting. The original setup before I cut the tubes, which ran along that line, looks like they've got 1-inch electronic ball valves, and they're hooked up to some old servo valves that the wires have all been cut. That's their current setup for their chemical switching to give them the different ones that the pump needs to suck. Now, there was a weight station down at the bottom. They measure the chemical, and the tubes run all the way up to the top up here across this beam, come into the section control valves right here, goes into the pump, and this pump literally just sucked from the bottom and just sucked it all the way up. A lot more stress on the pump. Ours will actually be pushing. We're going to be mounting down there in that open wall. Okay, so this is our GX20 dry treating system. It's set up in a master and slave mode. Basically, system 1 can actually run up to 6 products. We have this wired for 3 products currently. Runs up to a 3-way section control valve, and we have it fed all the way up to the rafters, up to the top, which up there it goes into a 4-port manifold, and then it wires off into 2 connections that goes into this blender that blends the fertilizer. It'll go into a ring that's built inside of the blender that actually has several holes that have been drilled into it, so that way it can get even coating. So that way they can bring in their fertilizer, treat it, and then send it right back out. Now, before anything comes into the system, we have 3 section control valves that come in before for system 1. Have them all color coded. Ran lines over here, and this is where they're going to put their totes. They're going to have 4 totes. Three of them. 3 of the products will be including nitrane, and then the other one will be Titan, and then they will be treating with some vegetable oil, which we ran through system 2. So over in system 2, which is the current one that runs in slave, we currently have a PWM that runs it, that takes direction from system 1. We have our 2 5.3 gallon pumps from AgXcel, and then we also have a Wolf flow meter. It's a turbine flow meter, which basically, since system 2 will be carrying a product that does not have any ions in it, we cannot use our magnetic flow meter. It comes into its own ball valve in here that's electronic. When the system starts, it opens after it's primed. Over in system 1, we have our GX20 brain, which then connects to another PWM. We have also in here 2 5.3 gallon a minute pumps from AgXcel, including our magnetic flow meter as well, and a pressure gauge. And as I said before, those run up, shoot all the way up to the top, and go back into the blender.